Hi, everyone. Dale Pinkert here at TradeGATEHub.com. Hope everyone's okay after yesterday's surprise CPI, which was leaked, and that's why we had the S&Ps rocketing before the number happened. I just want to update you on the WTI trade that I was talking about here on Monday. I take what I learn from different people seriously, and working with Mike Venezia, he talks about the 3-day up rule. Well, that's what you have here in crude, right? You have 1, 2, 3. We could still head up towards $80 here. Happy with it, and went to the door. So $5-6 to the upside is a good week's work in crude. So let's get to what happened yesterday, which I think is significant, and I want to show this S&P chart. So here's the downtrend line that the whole cosmos has been watching for quite some time. And we actually, on the CPI, spiked above it. Didn't quite get to the uptrend line and check this at 4,200. But closing underneath it is pretty negative action. Means there were a lot of willing sellers here. Tech really didn't do that much. When I look at Apple, still looks pretty negative to me, and I think if we take out 140, that's going to put some pressure on the market. So I wouldn't be long, even though that we're bouncing a little bit today. I think that there is still a chance for some type of sell-off. We rallied into mid-month, and perhaps we are still going to get a pretty good break. The caveat being, if we close back above this line, you have to get out of the way. So if you're short, you have to use stops around 40.75, 40.80. Talking about the dollar, I said it just wasn't acting well from the 104 level, and I didn't think it was going to hold, and I drew this line when I was on the air Monday. Now we almost got to it, and I think this is going to be a very important inflection point in the dollar down here around 102.70, 102.65. So we're still about 90 points away, which means there still could be some upside in euro to take it up above the 107 handle, maybe up towards 107.5. Here you go. Here's 790, 108. If you look left, this 108 level was pretty big. Here was an important low right here at the 108 level before we really accelerated. So perhaps that's going to be it. And what's important about this is this will complete the first wave. Okay, so bottomed at 5.5. I was long down here. I should have just taken a long nap. So if we complete this first wave up here at 108, there could be a very vicious correction that could take us back under par. So that's something I'm laying for. I'm going to use the dollar index 102.60 as kind of a guidepost for me on that. Same thing with pound. It made a new high, but it did not confirm. Here's your daily. RSI is not confirming. Maybe there's another 100 pips in the pound. 4 hours still diverging. Maybe we trade 1.25. It's possible. And the yen is trying to dig in its heels here around 134.5 at the 78.6 level. I don't know exactly what I would do, but I wouldn't short it down here because even though we had that very soft number, the 10-year broke pretty hard. And if you recall, I was talking about head and shoulders formation that we could head up to 380. I still think we could head up to 380. So here was the number. And I know it makes the right shoulder look pretty funky down here, but we didn't make new lows and we did recover. And if we start closing back over 360 on maybe a hawkish Fed, we could go to 380. A lot of interest in the gold and silver market. Take a picture, because what you have here is a classic 3 drive to a top formation. Here's 1 with a confirmed high. Here's 2 diverging. And look at where the RSI was yesterday, even though we had an up day. So I think there's a possibility that we're going to see some type of top here along with the dollar low. And and take gold back down to 720, back under this 1730 level. We're looking at maybe 1680, 1660. Be careful with your long precious metal positions. And even with the huge day we had in the precious metals yesterday, Newmont really didn't make much hay. We're still not at new highs in Newmont. Diverging highs in GDX. The silver juniors, they didn't make new highs. And even with silver making a new high, this is the opening. We're lower. So are the shares giving us a message that we're close to a top in the bullion? I say yes, that's a possibility. I wanted to touch upon what we have happening here in Canada. Canada still, acting okay. We're really not giving up the ghost with a weaker dollar. Almost looks like it's an ABC. I'll be looking at Canada for longs if we get that break down to 102.70 in the Dixie, because Canada looks like it could have another new high above here. Your line in the sand's got to be under 134.80, about 100 pips away. We'll see what happens. Should we get that one more break down there? The action in Apple, I still think, is not that great. We're up a little bit today, 30 cents, but it had a similar spike, and we take out the 140 level, the S&Ps could be, be in trouble. And I would be looking to buy breaks in VIX products. I pulled one up here. One of the guys I interview, Don Mead from Seven Sentinels, is accumulating UVIX. Looks like we're going to have some type of divergence down here. Might be a way to trade volatility. And what else did I want to talk about? The crypto market has been acting okay, but I'm still not ready to go. So, when I think about what could cause this correction in the dollar, I still think it's going to be risk off. I don't think it's going to be yields. I think it's going to be risk off. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know, Putin's probably not real happy about the U.S. selling Patriot missile batteries to Ukraine or giving them to Ukraine. So we'll see what happens there. But be careful on your gold longs. I'm starting the campaign trade here short from 1809. I'll put some more out there. And perhaps silver could squeak out one more high after the Fed. But when you look at it on a daily basis with all this action, and it's been so much stronger than gold, we're still not confirming. And then really start to build up a war chest for what I think is going to be a very sharp bear market rally in gold in the dollar from here that can take us back towards 111. So some big trades setting up going into the end of the year, or maybe they'll just put things on pause until New Year's. I doubt that. But getting so much closer to where you want to be long the dollar, not short the dollar anymore. And so much closer to where you want to either be booking profits on gold or looking to trade it the other way. Silver as well. Nothing goes straight up without corrections. But this is a teachable moment with a potential 3 drive to a top in gold. Also was a teachable moment in WTI on the 3rd day up to be booking it. And this too was a 3 drive to a bottom formation that worked out, right? I showed it Monday, 1, 2, 3, right? And then we started turning, and the inverse of it, 3 drives to a top, is gold. 1, 2, 3. So if you could count and do addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, you can trade. So that's a wrap for me, everybody. Mike will be with you in an hour and 22 minutes. Good hunting. Check out TradeView Markets and all the different markets that you could trade. Everything I talk about, Mike talks about, you could trade. Check out the spreads, the platforms, and compare it to what you have right now. I think you're going to be surprised. So that's a wrap for me. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And I'll be seeing everyone tomorrow or early next week.